So I'm going to chat with you a little bit before we get started today. Who has been to a medium before? Just by like show of hands. Have you guys all been to a medium? Yes? Some? Okay. So cool. I'm going to just explain a little bit about how I work and how we're going to connect with spirit today. And Pam, you are recording this, right? Do you want me to all?
Yeah, you froze, but I'm recording.
You froze.
Already? Are you there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You're recording it. Do you want me to record it on my phone for like additional audio just in case?
Oh, no, you don't have to, but I can send it to you.
Oh, perfect. Well, no, I don't need it. It's for you
Oh,
guys.
yeah. So I'll send it to them.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. All right, awesome. So the way that I work with spirit, I love spirit to come through one by one and offer you guys significant evidence that you're going to be able to understand and validate in this moment before I give you a message from them, okay? The reason I work this way is because I genuinely want all of you to know you're connecting with your loved ones in spirit, number one. Number two, I jokingly say you don't want advice from me, but trust me, none of y'all want advice from me. I promise you that. As you can see, my life's a little crazy. But if I am getting sufficient evidence, then I will let spirit kind of ramble off their messages to you. And they'll look at things like your life, your guidance, things like that they'll bring to you, okay? They also will be flashing me signs and symbols from my life experience to relate messages to you. So interpretation can be 90% of a session. And simply all I mean by this is if your loved ones in spirit come through, they're flashing me a flag, I may interpret that, oh, maybe dad was overseas and he passed. But you know you have dad's flag sitting on your mantle at home. The same image, completely different interpretation. So I always want you to go with what you're getting from what I'm saying rather than worry about how I'm interpreting it. Does that make sense to everybody? Just thumbs up. Perfect. Cool. All right. The other thing is, please feel free. I do talk very fast when I'm in the world of spirit, but please feel free to interrupt me. Yeses and nos are great. Tell me when things make sense. Tell me why they make sense. Please don't hold back information from me. Only reason why I say this, you guys, is well, you're going to understand this more so than most, but it's like a big Italian style family dinner and everybody's talking to me and through me at one time in my brain. So we like to keep the energy flowing. I don't like to block the energy, but similarly, so please tell me if something does not make sense. I do not take it personally. I will ask spirit to show it to me again, show it to me differently to get you the intended message. But there are going to be some things that come through today that you'll validate after the fact. Happens almost every single time. I do not expect you to remember dates and times and things like that. So if something doesn't make sense, but I hear it from spirit, I trust in spirit more so than I trust in our human brains. And so if that happens, I let it rest and I move on. Does that make sense to everybody as well?
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like you guys are all connected in some way. Well, I mean, I'm sure you're all family or something like this, but here's what I do want to say as well. I can't control spirit at all, and I don't want to control spirit. So please help me figure out who's who and what's what of the spirit world. Similarly, so if I'm feeling like Miss Pam, I'm reading on your side of the family, but let's see, Miss Dana, you're feeling it on your side of the family. Help me claim the spirit people, because there's going to be a lot of spirit to come through at one time to get as many messages to you. And luckily this is a really small group, so I'm excited and I'm hoping everyone gets a message. But as we know, we can't control spirit, but I'm rooting for it all. All right. Do you guys have any questions about how I work, what I do, or what we're going to do here today before we get going? No? All ready to jump in?
Yes, we are.
I'm excited too. I know I need to just get up there because I'm like feeling my like spirit brain going. Okay. So what did you say? Who is talking?
I was talking to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Well, that works. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to get very centered in your energy. It's crazy. I don't have to start my recording device. So if you guys wouldn't mind, please just say a silent prayer to your loved ones in spirit. Ask them to come on over, talk in my ear, jump in my head, play with my hair, get my attention. They know what to do. And when that evidence comes through, I start talking organically, okay? All right. Here we go. I don't understand that. Shuni? Is that right?
Yes.
Shuni. I keep hearing Shuni.
Noni.
Noni.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
She seems like the absolute sweetest woman in the world. Oh my gosh, but she's coming through with like a robber, Robert. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Oh, everybody's saying yes, so that's good. I'm like waving at her. I'm like, hi. She's so precious. Oh my gosh. Is it Carolyn? Is that how you say your name, sweetheart?
Yes.
Okay, does this directly connect to you? Because I keep going like right to you, and I keep feeling like I just want to give you so much love. I also feel too, is there a John or a Joe directly connected to you? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Is that husband for you? Does that make sense?
John is my fiance.
Fiance.
Joe.
Is his mom in spirit? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, because she's like she's so excited to talk to you. Oh my gosh. First of all, I just have to like go into this because there's so much love for you, honey. And I just keep feeling like a big part of this reason for today, well, it's interesting, is just to kind of solidify your marriage in spirit. And like in the physical world too, we're all just so excited about this. But I keep feeling like, oh my gosh, who's Cor C-O-R? Ooh, she's gonna
My
test
brother.
me.
My brother.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Because I kept feeling like I was going to go into that, but I love your mom and I love your dad. And I know there's just this reference of just wanting to give you so much love and let you know that they're seeing all of this. Now, Mr. Robert, would he have passed? There's a reference of passing end of October into November. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yes.
It's interesting. He's so funny because the way he makes me feel, he's like, oh, fuck it. Like, he literally is just so funny in the way that he talks to me. He's like, yeah, this is how it went down. But I love the way that he's just so blunt and so resilient. Like, I love him. Like, I just feel like he's got this, like, I don't know, very protective energy around him, too, with you specifically. Well, all of you guys, but there's definitely a reference of this. And what I want to say about him.
Your mother came through.
No
Oh.
way.
Are you gonna? You can bring them on in. Come on, bring them on in. But here's the thing that I want to say though, because there's this reference of when you're. This is dad for you. Is that correct, Miss
Yeah,
Caroline?
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of internet fun. But here's what I want to say about him, because he looks at you and he just comes down and he wants to just snuggle you and tell you how much he loves you. And there's this reference of how you took care of him towards the end was so brilliant and so beautiful. He wants you to know he passed very comfortably. But I do still feel like he's snapping my fingers, making me feel like it's almost unexpected in the same sense. Like, I feel like on the day he passed, we weren't expecting him to pass it that day, but I do feel like he was very sick. Like he was very not well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Hi,
That
Dad.
she's talking about your brother Robert, who passed October, November.
Oh, I thought you were talking
About
about that.
Daddy.
I feel like
Sorry.
there's both of them, so don't worry about this. But I also want to say this, guys. Miss Deborah, she's so funny. So Pam, this is your mom, clearly. But I feel like there's a lot of connections here. Are you guys all connected to Deborah? Is that correct? Because
Yes.
she's over here. She's just like, I love all these people. And she's just wanting to snuggle all of you guys through the phone. But in the same sense, making me feel like she's the one up here with spirit. She's like kind of directing who can talk and, she's in charge. That's her. Who is Janet, though? Janet feels very specific. I don't know. I keep getting like Janet with an S.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Her sister.
That's her sister. Okay, that's interesting because there's a couple of sisters as well. Anyways, long story short, I want to give love to Miss Janet because Miss Janet, that's interesting. I keep going up and down with her. Is she going through some health issues right now, Miss Janet? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to let you guys know that Deb, she's so cute. Oh my God, I love you so much. I love how she talks to me. She's just like smacking me like over the head, like, hello, I'm here. Like she's making me feel so much. But with Miss Janet specifically, there's definitely a reference of Miss Deb always looking out over her. And I just keep feeling like there's this reference of she's going to be okay, but I do feel like she's going to have lots of ups and downs. So thank you to all of you guys for taking care of her. I also want, oh my goodness, this name is interesting. Yelena, like you, I can't get that. Does that make sense to anybody? Y-I sounding name? It would be directly connected to like a Bobby. Does that make sense to you?
That's going to be
That's Bobby.
Is it with you? Is it YI sounding? A Tamir, something like that?
Yeah, that's Bobby's grandmother that just passed, my husband's family.
And she just passed though, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. She's like yelling at me. And
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry I butchered her name. I'm like, what are you trying to say to me? But she is so strong. She just completely cut everybody off. And is your name Liz, honey? Is that correct? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, because she loves you so much, first of all. Let's just start there. Because I know she makes me feel very rigid, very hard here in the physical world, but so full of love. I just feel like there's this reference of, yes, she was very rooted in her morals and things of that nature, but I have to tell you, she wants to come through. Wait, who's Michael directly connected? Is that, and Alex? Who is Alex? Alex is also in spirit. Is that correct? There's an Alex.
Yes, my husband's cousin.
Yes, but he passed young. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Because there's this. He's funny too. Oh my gosh, I've got so many people here with you, honey. Your husband isn't around, is he? Does he?
He just went to the store.
Damn it. Okay, because I gotta give him some messages, but you can.
Yeah, I can write it down.
Yeah. Well, no, it's okay because Pam's
Recording
recording.
it, Lizzie.
Yes. So
Okay.
we're good. But here's the thing. I have to tell you. And wait, who is Michael? I forgot Michael. Michael and Ashton. Who's Ashton?
Ashton's my son.
Oh, perfect. Okay. We've got a lot of things to talk about.
Oh my God.
Are you okay? I have to let you know. So this is your in-law. Well, obviously, but grandma just feels like grandma. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to call her grandma because she just loves you so much. And I do feel with her. Is there a reference of breathing issues? Does that make sense? Because I feel like I can't breathe in her energy. And I feel like I have lots of illness directly connected to her. Does that make sense to you? It's okay if you have to ask your husband because I definitely feel like there's ups and downs with her. Like I just feel like
yeah, she got, dementia and stuff like towards the end type of thing.
yeah, but I know the dementia is obviously a very prominent thing, but I still feel like with her it's breath or breathing. So I don't know if she was maybe a smoker or things like that. I know we have a lot of smokers here, but
That's my family.
that's your
Okay.
family. That's
Mhm.
interesting because hold on. Okay. And who's Grace directly connected to you? Does that make sense?
Grace?
I keep hearing Elizabeth Grace. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That's my grandmother's best friend.
Best friend. Well, that's interesting. But she's still here in physical world, yes? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Well, I do feel like we have some things to talk about with her because I do feel like there's reference of illness going on with her as well. But I feel like from spirit, because I feel like I have your family and I have your husband's family, I've got everybody here for you.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys, because oh wow.
Are you okay? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's what I keep feeling about Miss Elizabeth, because I do feel, and again, I keep going right to my lungs. Like I feel like I'm just not present in her lung energy. And I keep feeling like it's like hard to catch a breath, but I know that she's like a feisty fighter. Like she wants to keep going, keep going, keep going. And I feel like that's who she is as a person. Like I feel like nothing is going her down in her world. Like that's how I keep feeling. Like she's going to be driving till she's 110. That's
That
just
is
with her,
mhm.
if that makes sense. But I do feel
Yes.
like I want to actually kind of bring her back and ask her to take care of herself because I know she loves to take care of everybody else before she puts herself first. And I feel like with Miss Elizabeth, I just want to make sure that she's, keeping up on that, going to the doctors regularly.
I don't hardly speak to her anymore.
It's crazy, right?
I don't even understand where this is. The only thing I can think of is that my grandmother is somewhere in that group of people right now that you're talking to.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That's my grandmother's best friend. So other than that, I hardly speak with her anymore.
That's crazy because I know your grandma she's just watching out over and just making sure that everything is okay, because I feel like for her, your grandma, she wants to take care of everybody. Like I feel like that's who she is. So she's like telling you about her people that she wants to take care of. And so I think this message for you today, well, first of all, clearly she loves you, and so does your husband's grandma and everybody else up here, but there's just so much love that's coming through. And sweetheart, I think you're the backbone of the family. I don't know how else to tell you.
Oh my Jesus.
Are you okay? Are you okay? I really think you are. I think you take care of everybody. And I think you're always like, okay, I'm thinking about this person. I want to look out for this person. And they're just all wanting to reference that and say, we see you. We see what you're doing. We love you. Thank you. Like there's so much love coming through for you, honey. And I just need you to know that your actions are not going undone or unheard. Okay. I need to go back. I keep forgetting if I said this already. Is it Michael? It's a Michael with a C sounding last name. Does that make any sense to you?
I know yes. That's my husband's family
Name? Got it.
He's actually Michael Cardwell is my husband's father.
Okay.
His best friend growing up.
My goodness gracious. Okay, there's so many best friends. What's going on, you guys? It's okay though.
And he's still alive. He's not.
Yeah, no, but his mom's up here, yes?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's saying hi. So
oh my God, why is this all coming through to me?
But you know what? Anytime this happens, and I just have to say this, Miss Pam, you've seen me work before. Anytime it happens that spirit comes through for like multiple messages to someone else means that you have spiritual connections. You see spirit. And I know you do, sweetheart. I know you feel it. Oh my God, I'm getting like so emotional in your energy. I just want to hug you and just say it's going to be okay because girl, you've got this. Like, I feel like you're feeling all of these spirit people and you're like, I don't know who's who and what up here, but I know I'm feeling it. And I know I have this like gut impulse to like reach out to somebody or check in on somebody, and that is real spirit coming to you, and I want you to have that validation. And that's, I mean, I haven't seen it this strong in a long time, so I'm just gonna give it to you straight.
Oh my God,
you've got it. So start working with it, start meditating, start opening up to it, and just kind of see how that works for you, because I have a really strong gut feeling that once you start doing that, all of your loved ones that are trying to get messages to everybody else are going to be able to through you. And it's a beautiful gift you have. And I'm going to take myself out of medium brain for just one moment. It's going to get hard, and it is hard. It is hard to deal with spirit all day, every day. But it's okay, and you've got it, and I'm here for you, okay? I have to bring through Alex. Alex seems very important right now.
Alex, that's okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's the cousin that passed, the younger cousin. Yes, because he makes me feel like I just want to give you so much love, and I want to give your husband love from him.
His son is in my house right now.
Yeah. Is it okay that we talk about it? Because
he's in the store with my husband.
So unexpected. Like, I just feel like I'm just not expecting to be on the other side. He makes me feel though that he has been around forever. It's like since he passed, he's always been with you, always been with your son. I do feel too. Okay.
Oh my God.
And they're all friends with Ashton. Ashton just seems like the coolest kid. I'm just going to say
that. Oh my God.
He just makes me feel like he's such a good guy. He makes me feel creative, and like he's just very like, he's his own person. He's very unique. That's how I feel with him. And that's, I don't know if all of you can attest to this, but that's how Ashton feels to me. But he seems like such a good kid. And what I want to say about Mr. Alex is, oh, that's interesting with him because he had anxiety. Did he have, that's actually really crazy. My heart is like fluttering. I don't know if you heard that, but did he have really bad anxiety? Like he wasn't able to keep himself like, how do I, like level-headed? Does that make sense with Mr. Alex?
I don't know.
It's okay if you don't know. That's all right.
We were close. Anxiety. I don't know if he had.
It's okay. He makes me feel like he's just very like kind of up and down. Like I just feel like with him, it was very interesting. We never knew where, I don't want to say where you stood, but it almost kind of feels like that with Mr. Alex. So, like he was just always thinking, always going deeper. And I feel like his son is very similar to that in the sense that Ashton is very like, he's a deep thinker. He's always like kind of looking at all these perspectives. And I feel like Alex has always kind of been around him, like nudging him in the right direction, which is so sweet and so beautiful. But I want you to know too with Mr. Ashton, I just keep feeling like Alex is always going to be a guide and a protector for him, because there's just this reference of the fact that he's never going to be alone, especially now that your husband's grandma's in spirit, because I just feel like she's a firecracker. Like she just makes me feel like, big Italian style family dinner. Well, I don't know what you are. She's so funny. She just yelled at me. She's like, I'm not Italian. I was like, what?
She's not. She's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, she totally just got mad at me for saying that.
So she was like that, like cook for everybody type
Yep.
of person.
100%. And she is so full of love. And I just keep feeling like your son will always be guarded and protected, honey. And I just feel like it's so
Wow.
beautiful. The last thing, okay, hold on. What was
How
it?
does Bobby's whole family comes through for me, but I don't. My grandmother, okay,
Don't worry, she's going to come through because I feel like
and
she's
not my dad.
all of you guys. Well, everybody's going to come through. Don't worry.
Wow.
I have to just tell you this, though, because in terms of Bobby's grandmother that just passed, was she cremated and not buried? Is that correct?
No, she was buried.
She was. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on.
Oh, wait. Yeah. She was buried.
That's interesting because
My grandmother was cremated.
And do you have her ashes, your grandmother's?
No.
No? Does anybody connect with that would have like their grandmother's ashes or their mom's ashes?
You guys do.
Yes.
Nanny.
You all do? Because I keep feeling like it's like, I don't want to say divvied up, but that's how I feel. So
We did divvy up too. I think you guys did too with Nanny.
Is that
No.
correct? Okay.
No, I have Nanny by herself.
We
there
divvied
you
up
go.
my mom.
There you go. But my grandmother, we divvied up too.
So
She
Miss
wanted to be
Ann,
buried in
grandma-
different. She wanted her ashes in different places.
Interesting. Because I just kept feeling like, I feel like I'm a little bit of everywhere. And I love that.
She
because
wanted to be buried with her children.
I love it so much. And she's so happy. She's like grinning from ear to ear about this. And I just have to let you know, like, this is such a beautiful thing that you have done for her. And I think all of her wishes were really set in place. Like, I just keep feeling like you listen to everything. And I just keep feeling like there's so much love for you. So please just know that. And please know she's so happy. She also keeps flashing me her rings, which is really funny because I know
I have them.
together, but you do have them, right? Yeah. I feel like you were sitting there today, like, how can I make you come through? So I don't know if this is something that you are going to do, but just know she wants to let you know she is here. She is with you. I have to bounce for just one moment because who has the Walter? There's a really prominent Walter. Does that make sense to anybody? I feel like Miss Dana, is that with you? There's a reference of the Walter?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't figure out. And who's the Joe connected to you directly?
That was my husband.
Joe's your husband. Interesting. Okay. What is this name? C-H-A. C-H-A. Does that make any sense to you with Mr. Walter? I'm so sorry. I can't quite get the name. It's like a C-H-A sounding name.
His last name was Chapadeau.
Would never have gotten that. Okay, that's interesting. And how does he connect to you, honey? He's grandfather?
He was a grandfather figure. No, but he used to own the company that I work for.
Interesting.
Yes. I'm doing work on his estate right now.
He is so impressed by you. I just have to tell you, like, he's coming through and he's just like, she would never have expected I showed up, but like, he's literally just grinning ear to ear. And he's just like, please tell her I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing. Cause I feel like you constantly are like, am I making the right decisions about this? Or like, you know, you're kind of going back and forth with yourself. He's like, yes, you are. And I'm with you and I see you. He loves you so much, which is really interesting because I know, is he not directly family, but felt like family? Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, to him, you're like his daughter. That's all I keep saying. Like, I just keep feeling like he's like, my daughter's doing such a beautiful job. So I don't know if maybe he didn't have any other family or if you're just stepping in as family, but girl, he is so impressed by you. And I just have to let you know that. So thank you for everything you're doing. The other thing he keeps making me feel, I keep going like right to my heart, almost as if like, I don't know what's going on here. Do you have heart issues or like cholesterol issues? Does that make sense to you? It's okay if you don't know the answers.
I mean, possibly cholesterol. I don't, he passed from a brain tumor.
I was like stroke. I kept going to my head, but there's something about my heart. You know, this is really interesting too, because all of you guys that knew Bobby to Miss Carolyn, did he have diabetes? Is that correct? Because I really want to check in on that.
Yes.
I'm also feeling that really intensely in my body right now, but he didn't pass from his diabetes, correct? He just had it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. And I know Bobby obviously connects to you, Miss Dana, as well, because there's just a reference of love. And he's so funny. He's always just going to bring everybody through with me. And Miss Deborah, of course. She's just a riot act. I swear to you. Like, I love her energy so much because she's just going to make sure all of you guys get read with all of your people. But Miss Dana, I have to go back to you and Mr. Walter because I really want to. Oh, that was really interesting. Hold on. Okay, that's interesting. Is his wife still here in physical world? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, but she's like in a home or like facility, is that correct? Because I don't feel like she's in like family. Like I don't feel like she's with her family. Is that correct?
She, no, she lives in her second house in Florida by herself.
Okay, I'm a little worried about her. I don't know if you are too, or like the family's worried about her, but I just want to make sure that she's checked in on constantly, because there's this reference of, I know she's had a hard time, obviously, since his passing, but there's just this reference of really wanting to make sure that she has people looking out for her. And I don't quite know that that's happening where she is now. Does that make sense to you? Or are you checking in on her?
We do check in on her, yes. She
Okay.
has a son that lives there, but they're useless.
I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, please go ahead and say it. Yes.
I just felt like it feels more like a using situation, like they're just kind of there to use her.
Yes.
It sucks because I just, I don't want to talk about all that, but I do want you to know, like, what you are doing and checking in on her, making sure she's okay, I do feel like is plenty. So please know you're always doing enough. Always, always, always. But I also feel, too, that there's this reference of her health. I keep going into her. Goodness gracious, what is with all these lung people today? I just keep going into her ability to like function normally, and I don't think that she's able to. I feel like she has like issues with like hip issues, almost as if she's not able to like walk around normally. Or is that what's coming up? That's so funny. He goes, no, that hasn't happened yet. He like gives me the finger. I don't know if that's what he would normally do, like how he would talk to you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But he's like,
Yes.
it hasn't happened yet. It's coming up, and I want to warn them. Like, he's just like really like adamant about this. So
Yeah.
please just know that that's what's coming. And I do feel like what you're doing is plenty. So you are so loved from him specifically. And he just wants to let you know this. The other thing I have to ask you real quick, your husband, Joe, it's Joe? Is that correct? Right.
Yes.
Okay. His dad is in spirit. Is that true?
No.
That's interesting because I do feel like there's a really prominent Joseph. Does anybody have a Joseph up here in spirit? Does that make sense to you guys? It's okay if the answer is no.
No.
It's like a Joe, John, something like that, J-O sounding name. I can't quite figure out where I'm going with it, but
Jonathan?
Zay?
yeah, I'm sorry?
Jonathan?
Yes, how does Jonathan connect to you, sweetheart?
There you go. He's cousin.
That's what?
Cousin.
Cousin. Interesting. Okay, but Miss Kathy, you've got a lot of people up here too. I just keep feeling Mom is very present for you. Is that correct? Because I just keep feeling, wait, Kathleen, hold on. Is your full name Kathleen, not Kathy?
Yes. Kathleen, yes.
Miss Deborah just straight yelled at me. She was like, it's Kathleen. I was like, but it's Kathy. It says Kathy. I love her. So is this your sister? Is that correct?
Debbie, yes.
Yes. Can I just tell you, this woman loves you so much. Oh my gosh. I can tell you guys are like peas of a pod. I just feel like you guys are really all together. It's so beautiful. I feel like there's so much love that's coming through from Miss Debbie. She's going to totally take over the show though if I let her in fully. So I'm just going to have to let her take over the show because that's what she wants to do. Couple of things. She does connect with me on April 29th. Does that make sense to you guys? Is that birthday
Yes.
anniversary?
That's the day she died.
Interesting. And Miss
Wow.
Desiree, are you on here too?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Hi.
Hi.
I just want to hug you. I love getting to see people, but I feel like she just wants to literally come through and just be like, I'm here with all of you guys, because I feel like she connected to every single one of you. And Miss Desiree, just real quick, because I keep hearing your name, is there a Scott or yeah, it's probably like Scott. Does Scott directly connect to you?
Yeah, that's my husband.
That's husband. Okay. Husband's got a big side of the family up here too. Oh my goodness. You got a lot of work cut out for me, you guys. But here's what I have to say about Miss Debbie, because first of all, she's so excited that we're able to all do this together today.
Sebastian Ashton's not home. He'll call you back.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
My son's cousins keep calling and it's like cutting off my phone. Sorry.
That's okay. You're fine. I just have to tell you though, Miss Deb, she loves that we're all able to talk today. And Pam, I think you're going to be able to attest to this very, very well. But she loves being the center of attention. So She is so happy that she is here. She loves you guys so much, and she loves that she's able to continually talk to you. I do have to say, though, because
There's one plugged in the wall there. You could borrow that.
who's Susan? Susan is directly connected to Michael, or who's?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that-
our brother's wife.
Are they kind of like out of the picture though? Like you guys don't all talk to them? Is that correct?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's just weird. I don't. Sorry, that was her, not me. I swear. I just keep feeling like it's funny because we have all of you guys here, and you guys are such a family. Like it's such a family unit, and I just keep feeling like Dad's like, it's interesting who's out of the picture. She's really been able to like kind of see full circle, if that makes sense to you guys. The other thing I want to say is, what is with these cookies? Did she always like bake cookies? Like chocolate chip cookies. Does that make sense to you?
She made all the types of cookies for all the holidays.
She loves it. I feel like she's just sitting there like still baking and like taking care of all of your people up here because there are so many people up here. And I just keep feeling like she loves her role. And I have to tell you that even though she's taking care of everybody up here, she's also looking down for everybody down here. And I know you guys have all been feeling her so much lately because actually, Miss Kathy, I keep going to you, honey. I keep feeling like, have you really been feeling your mom? Well, yeah, your mom too. Your mom and your sister lately, because there's just this reference of, I just keep feeling like you've been connecting with them, but you haven't really, I don't want to say understood that it was them, but I feel like you have a hard time believing it. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, your sister kind of want to like smack you across the face and just be like, honey, I'm here. I've always been here. Like she just loves you so much. I just feel like there's so much love to you. And Miss Denise, I feel the same way with you, honey. I feel like there's just a lot of love from her to you. So I just want you to know that. But you aren't, well, you are family, but like removed family. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's so funny because Miss Deb's up here just like, I love you. I still love all of you guys. Like, she's just so excited. So I hope that you're really getting this energy. But Miss Kathy, my goodness, she loves you so much. And she's really, really here for all of you. What's really funny about her, oh, God, why is she showing me karate now? What the fuck is that? Oh, sorry for that. She's up here like, I'm like, what are you doing? She's so funny. Oh my God, she's making me laugh. But does she connect with karate, or like, did she used to do?
Yeah, she was a 3rd degree black belt.
Well, hello, you go, girl. Okay, there's something about that. But Desiree, I have to ask you, why is she's telling me to tell you, like, you need to like be like that. Like, I don't know what that means. I feel like there's something about this where I don't want to say exactly how it sounds, but because it's just my interpretation of it. But she's like, buck up, baby. Like, you got this. Like, you got this. Like, literally telling me the strength that you're not feeling, you still have. And she's just wanting me to tell you how loved you are from her. And she's showing me, I mean, you're kind of a badass, like, just saying. But she's showing me all these, moves and everything. She's like, my daughter, she just needs to know that she has that strength and she's just not allowing it in. And I think, honey, what you're doing right now, I think you're very, very depleted. Depleted is the best word I can feel. And I just want you to know from your mom, she loves you so much and she sees so much in you, and all of you guys, all of you ladies see the same thing in Miss Desiree too. And I think, honey, you just need to get that strength, channel your mama, because she's here and she's with you. You understand that, right?
Yes.
I also feel too, oh man, all right, we just got to be blunt. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with you and your hubby, but I feel like he needs to step up too. I'm just going to say it. All right. Step up, take care of you, be together. I feel like there's this reference of you guys really need like a reconnection and come back together. There's something about that. So I need you to feel that and know that. I also know your mom is not one to roll over. That's just what I keep feeling. So she wants to see you just so happy and taken care of. And I feel like there's something very important about this. Does that make sense to you, honey?
No, but
That's interesting. Well, then tell me about it, because I just keep feeling like I need to see him like step up and hug you and hold you. I just want him to like, I don't know what this means. I feel like there's something to that.
Like he's all I have, so.
And I know that.
I hide a lot, so he doesn't really know.
So maybe that's what that is, honey, because I feel like I really see you guys like sitting and talking, and I mean, I don't want to see you cry, clearly. Neither does your mom. But I think you need to, like, unleash and let this out. And I need him to be there for you. That's what I keep feeling, is like he needs to be there for you. And I think if you talk to him about all of this stuff, I think your heart is going to heal in a lot of ways that maybe you don't see right now. And I think you need him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. She's so funny. What is that about? Oh my gosh. She's crazy. I love your mom. I'm just going to let you guys know that right now because she's making me feel all types of ways. But I don't know if you like are binge watching like shows together and like cuddling on the couch, but I just keep seeing like cuddles and hugs, and I feel like that's really what you need right now. I know it sounds really silly, but she's just telling me that you just need comfort, and I feel like you need that badassery that she is with her swords and whatever else she's showing me. I don't know what that means. She's just crazy. I love her. She's crazy. So she is fun. Also, well, that's interesting too. Hold on, I have to go back into that. Who is Ashley? Ashley Allen.
That's our
That's
niece,
my brother's kids.
Brother's kids. Well, that's interesting.
but through marriage.
They're what?
They're through marriage, his kids.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to figure out who this woman is that's trying to pop through because it's your mom. Like your mom's letting everybody come through because that's your mom. But there's definitely this older woman coming through, and she's just wanting to like give love to them. But I don't feel like it's directly connected to you guys. So I'm
Susan's mom.
there. What is it, honey?
It's going to be Susan's mom.
Susan's mom. Okay. All right. I'm just going to let that kind of pass if that's okay, because yes, she wants to give love and I feel like there's a lot of love, but I feel like we've got so much more work to do here.
It's okay.
But that was so funny. Miss Deb, what was that? Kathy, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you have, or did you guys always used to like trade clothes or jewelry when you guys were growing up? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
She's telling me you guys still have like a lot of her stuff, and she's so cute about it because there's something like you're connecting and like holding on to her things because you miss her so much. I feel like you're always thinking about her. And I do want to bring through mom too, because clearly your mom is in spirit. Is that correct, Miss Kathy?
Yes.
I have to tell you, she is, oh, she's so sweet. Was she very religious? Because she keeps crossing herself, your mom. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she keeps telling me that there's like a reference of a handed down like Bible and or cross, like something that's handed down that you would still have. But
Yeah.
she's making me feel that, you know, if she's here, everything's okay. But I do feel as well, she passed before your sister. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because when Miss Deb, obviously Miss Pam, this is your mom, but when she got to spirit, I just feel like Miss Deb was greeted by obviously her mom and dad and everybody up here. There's so many people up here. And I feel, Miss Kathy, your mom seems to be like the matriarch of the family, which obviously that's kind of how she was, always checking in on everybody. But there's something about her where I feel like she, how do I say this? It's almost like she would just do a little bit too much for everybody. Almost as if
Yes.
she would like kind of
Yes.
overstep some boundaries. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
But it was out of love. She just keeps telling me, she's like, it was out of love. She's like using her hands and she's like, I'm still here. I'm still looking out for everyone. Where's the connection to like Brooklyn? I keep looking at like Brooklyn, New York. Does that make sense to you? Or is that with your sister?
No.
Well, I think all of us at some point.
Yeah.
Brooklyn?
Yeah. He was
All right.
born in Brooklyn, my mother.
Ah, interesting. Because I love your mom. I just keep wanting to use my hands. And I know that's like traditional Italian, but I'm like, that's your mom. When I'm in her energy, I just like, I feel just so uplifted and so loved. And I feel with her, with you guys, I feel like she just wants to come through and just, well, actually, that's really interesting. Miss Kathy, did you step up to take care of your mom towards the end of her life? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yes, because I do feel she was sick, and I feel like you were really there for her. I mean, to like an extreme. You literally self-sacrificed for her for such a long time. And there's just this reference of she just wants me to say thank you. Like, thank you to make you feel so good and so comforted as she was transitioning. I also feel, too, this is interesting because I kind of feel 1 foot in, 1 foot out, which makes me feel like she might have had some mental things, but it was more about illness and, like, heavily medicated that I feel like I'm going to mental. What she makes me feel is she was seeing her people as she was transitioning over. And I feel like for you, you were always just sitting there holding her hand. Like, there's something about you always held your mom's hand. Does that make sense to you?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother. That's interesting because I just keep feeling like, oh, that hand, like it feels so good and I feel so comforted and I feel like I'm able to truly let go because of the things that you did, Kathy. And I just want you to know there's so much love there. And I just keep feeling like with your mom, she just keeps looking at me. She's like, my daughter was there for me through thick and thin all the time. And she's just smiling. Now she's telling me Frank Sinatra, but I just feel like I'm,
Wow.
Does that make sense to you? Did she used to love that type of music?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, because she was like singing. She's like, I got to meet Frank. She's so happy about it. But I do feel like towards the end of her life, like there's something about it. I don't know if you would play it or like there's music, but the music and the hugging and just the holding, it feels so good. And I just keep feeling like, Miss Kathy, your mom loves you so much for this. She makes me feel she was truly able to pass on because of you. And she's never missed a beat. She's always with you. I feel like she's like legitimately always around you. She's a little too nosy for me. But I really feel like she is. She likes to spy on everybody, make sure everybody's okay. Similarly, so Miss Pam. And obviously your sister. But there's just this reference of Miss Deb is always spying on people too. So but I have to ask you guys, are we talking to the right people? I just want to check in because I feel like I'm just going. Are we doing okay? Is everyone feeling okay? And does anyone have any questions so far? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good? Okay. Because I feel like I'm spirit vomiting all over you. So I want to check in. But what was that, Miss Deb? That was so funny. Oh my goodness. Pam, just real quick, your daughter, okay, how's she doing? Because I'm actually, well, you have two D's, sounding name, son and daughter. But how's your daughter doing with spirit right now? Because I do feel like she's like been like heightened lately. Has she been having a lot more nightmares or a lot more anxiety? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that she's been talking to you about it though, because I do feel like there's this reference of the fact she's so open right now. Whew, it feels a little bit overwhelming in her energy. So, I want to check in on her. I also want to check in on, why do I keep feeling this heart? Does she have heart energy as well? Is that correct?
We're trying to figure out what's wrong with her heart.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily know that there's anything wrong with it. I feel like it's anxiety. Like, I feel like I'm like,
Yeah.
like,
Okay. Then that.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
And I feel like I just can't breathe. So I'm curious to know, we got to get her down here in the physical world because I feel like she's really, really stretched thin with spirit right now. And I know your mom's trying to help, but I also feel like your mom, oh, I don't want to say this. She can be a little bit overbearing too, right? Like we're just throw it out there. Because I definitely feel like she can be, all in your energy and all in your, space for some time. And I keep feeling like from her, she's just wanting to say like, I'm with her, I'm surrounding and protecting her. But I keep feeling like I want to get her grounded. So maybe go stick her feet out in the grass. I don't know if it's a nice day by you guys, but
Not right now, but
yeah, I feel like she just needs to really stay present and like get down here. Because I just keep feeling like what your mom is saying, she's just a little bit spun out lately. That's interesting though. Was your mom a smoker here in the physical world? Is that correct?
when she was young, she did, but not.
No. Who's got the smoker? Is a really heavy smoker and drinker. This is interesting. Hold on.
Drinker.
It's world or spirit world?
Spirit world, 100%.
There's
My
a
mother
lot
and
of
father.
them. Yeah.
What happened?
My mother and father.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's good. So, because we're all still with the family.
Yeah.
Keep smelling smoke, which is interesting because I, clearly.
Grandfather.
Smokers.
Yeah.
What do you say, Bob? Liz? Sorry.
I said that they're all heavy smokers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to get a little, smoked out from spirit today, but that's okay. Here's what I want to say, though. It's really interesting because Miss Pam has she been smelling smoke lately or like just kind of getting whiffs of it? Does that make sense to you?
I don't know if she has. I have.
You have. That's interesting because I just keep feeling that's very much around you in the sense that I feel obviously, everybody's here with you, but I definitely feel like this is a huge connector of spirit towards you. And Miss Liz, I feel the same way with you. Was your dad also a smoker? Is that correct?
My dad was the only one who did not smoke.
He didn't. That's interesting. Oh, he's so smitten. I just
Huh?
love him with you. Like the way that he comes through, he just makes me feel he's like looking at you with like stars in his eyes. Like you,
My dad?
yes, he loves you so much, girlfriend. And you know what's so crazy? Did you guys not have a close relationship here in the physical world? Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? Is it okay that we kind of jump for a minute?
Yeah.
But here's the thing about your dad.
Hi. Oh, get it.
There's noise.
Hold on.
Where's the noise coming from?
I just muted your mother.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let
Yeah.
me mute her. I muted
Muted
Jenny. Hold on,
somebody.
Jenny.
Okay, I'll just.
Sorry, Jenny. I had muted you on accident.
That's okay. Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But Miss Liz,
I'm on the phone
you're,
with my
you and
daughter.
your
My
dad,
husband's
I
not home. He's at
definitely
work.
don't feel that you guys.
Denise, shut up. Sorry.
I got her again. She
Go ahead.
unmuted herself.
Okay.
I'm
Wait.
sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. That's okay. But okay, so Miss Liz, I have to bring him back because he's so funny. He just looks at me like a dog between well, how do I say this actually? He makes me feel like he knows he messed up with you. And I'm just gonna say it just point blank. Okay? Is that all right to say? He knows that he was not the father that you deserved. And I just keep looking at him and he keeps looking at me. And I'm gonna get super emotional, I swear to my heart. Because he just makes me feel like he sees everything that you have created in this life, honey, and he is so proud of you. He makes me feel like he couldn't have done any of this stuff, and I just keep feeling like he was so fair weather, if that's a good word to like say. Like I feel like he was in and out and like just didn't really, he wasn't there for you in the way that you needed him to be. And he makes me feel like he sees this and he knows this and he loves you so much, so much. And I just want you to know that too, especially with, oh my gosh, I just learned a little ashen, almost as if like your dad sees him like and loves him. And it's so beautiful because they never got a chance to meet in the physical world. Is that correct?
My father never met any of my kids.
Yeah. And I just keep feeling like he sees everybody. He loves you. I also keep feeling too, well, that's actually really interesting with him because he had illness too. Is that correct? Towards the end of life? Oh, where'd you go, honey?
I'm here. I'm sorry because they keep calling me and I keep hanging up on everybody.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I hear you. I'm declining their calls. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. He had illness. Is that correct, your father? Does that make sense to you?
I guess you can say that in some way.
No, don't make it fit because I know I have a lot of your people up here, like a lot of you.
Okay, so clearly he wasn't like health-wise sick. He had an addiction problem.
Yeah, okay. Because I kept going to mental and I kept feeling like with him, well, I don't know because I'm shaking. That's
My
whoever
God.
just used the bathroom. I love it so much.
Unbelievable. I can't even.
Who was that?
Bring it back.
Carolyn.
Bringing it back.
I just muted her.
Anyways, long story.
I'm listening to you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, honey. I just keep feeling like I'm
Josh,
shaking.
can you call Dad and tell him I'm on an important phone call? I cannot answer his phone calls, please. He keeps calling me.
I'm just gonna wait for Spirit.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. As long as you guys are all okay, I'm fine because Spirit laughs. You know that. But what I wanted to say to you, honey, is I feel like he is shaking in his energy. That's how I feel with him. So I don't know if there's this do you ever like kind of just get the shakes for no reason? You're like, what was that? Like you feel a little bit flighty. Does that make sense to you? That's your dad, okay? When he comes through to me, he makes me feel like he's been with you ever since he passed away. And there's just this reference of he needs you to know that. But I think a lot of the ways that you feel Spirit, which is a little bit different than how Miss Kathy and Miss Pam feel it. Like I feel like you guys feel it more like I hear it, I see it, I dream it, that kind of thing. But with you, Miss Liz, I really think that you feel Spirit like more feeling wise. So I think there's something to that. When he comes to you, if you feel a little shaky or you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm a little uneasy, that's just him. And that's his way of like letting you know that he's here and he's with you. Okay, sweetheart?
Okay.
But the other thing I want to tell you too, well, that's actually super freaking interesting. Hold on. Because what he just said is he didn't mean to do what he did, but he was clearly like aware of his, circumstance. But I just want you to know, is there like a oh, I feel like I need to throw up. This is so crazy. Was there like a bad mixture of like what he was using? Because I just keep feeling like, I don't know, there's something about it where
he wasn't supposed to die.
Yeah, I don't feel like he was. Miss Desiree, how does this connect with you, honey? Is this connected to you as well?
No, he's my uncle.
No,
Sorry.
no. This
He's
is
not.
my other dad.
Oh, your other dad? Then no, I don't know
This
him.
is my biological father, not
To Denise.
not Bobby.
Interesting. Okay, that was really interesting though, because I just heard that too, and I do feel like there's like more energy up here.
Both of my dads are there.
Got it.
That side.
Okay. All right. And the other father is your uncle.
And my husband's dad is there, and
We
my
got-
uncle. Oh, my father's brother.
Yes, your father's brother is also up here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Miss Denise, does this connect to you, honey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just keep feeling like I'm sorry, Miss Desiree. I was hearing like the DE sounding name, but I just kept feeling like I needed to go to Miss Denise as well. And how does this connect? Are you guys related, like directly?
Elizabeth is my daughter.
Oh, hello. Okay, because I just kept feeling like, tell her I'm so sorry. Tell her I'm so sorry. And I know that this is a connection to you, Miss Elizabeth, but this is more for your mom right now than anything because, sweet Denise, I feel like you, oh my gosh, you are the most beautiful, loving woman. And I feel like you let these, well, I don't want to say let these men walk all over you, but in the same sense, I kind of felt like,
Wow.
if that's fair to say, because sweetheart, like they didn't deserve you. These men did not deserve you. You are so strong and beautiful and resilient. I know we talked about most of you guys, but Miss Denise, my goodness, I just keep feeling like these guys are showing up like they know they messed up. They know they messed up with you. And I also feel too, especially with your dad, Elizabeth, and is it your first husband? Is that correct, Miss Denise?
Yes.
Okay, because he looks at me and he was like, she's the one that got away. And I feel like the reason he's saying that is because, were you guys separate at the time of his passing? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, I have to let you know that this man, he's so sorry for what he did to you and he loves you so much. Are you remarried or like getting into looking into a new relationship?
I'm in a relationship, not married, but I'm with somebody for 9 years.
That's okay, because here's the thing. He looks at me and he's just like, tell her I'm so happy she's finally found genuine love. Because I feel like, no offense to, I feel like there's a lot of, how do I say this? I just feel like this man loved you very, very much, but I'm so excited that you have found something that feels healthy and it feels good and it feels right. And I feel like you know that. And I feel like this is really, really exciting from heaven for them to just see how far you've come. And girlfriend, you have been through it, but you have made it. And look at the two of you. I'm just so excited about the relationship that you two have, like mother and daughter. You guys feel more like best friends to me in the sense that you're always there for each other and you always have each other's back. And that's something so beautiful from this man. He's like, I know I messed up in the physical world, but at least God gave me these two. And I just keep feeling like he's always going to be looking out for you guys and always going to be checking in and making sure that you guys are okay. Miss Denise, I also have to ask you, your mom's in spirit too. Is this correct? Yes. Well, she feels very, oh, I talked to you earlier. She's so funny. She's like, hello, I've been here.
No, both of my grandmothers are there.
Yep, I know. I feel that. Well, I feel like I could honestly just read the two of you for the next hour, but
Oh my
I have
God.
to say there's so many people up here for you. But Miss Denise specifically, your mom feels very, very prominent for you. She makes me feel like she's somebody that you just, I know how close you guys were. That's how I keep feeling. So I just keep feeling like she wants to come through and just tell you she's here and she's waving at you. One thing I will say about her, well, that's actually really interesting. There's stomach issues with her. Huh. Was she not able to eat towards the end of life, or did she have like really bad stomach issues? Does that make sense to you?
She didn't have stomach issues, but she couldn't eat the last 2 weeks of her life.
Okay. You know how devastating that was for your mom, right? She's so funny because I feel like she loves to cook and like there's just this reference.
That's my grandmother.
That's your grandma. Well, that's interesting. Let me just bring them all through because I know we're coming on time here. So I just want to make sure that
Grandma Ellie didn't really cook.
Really? That's
My
so
mother.
fascinating because I just feel like she's like eating up a storm up here. Like she's
That's my grandmother could not eat in the end.
interesting. Okay. I have to tell you, she's eating fine up here. Miss Deb Miss Deb is making all the cookies still, and yet we're still talking about the cookies. I love
Wow.
her. But she's completely fine. And Miss Denise, I don't want to let go of this because I know your mom is here. And I know that she just simply wants to tell you how much you are loved I know that sounds like a very vague message, but I just feel like you've needed to know that your mom has always been here and always been around because, well, that's actually really interesting too. Hold on, I need to back this up because there was a couple of things. Correct me if I'm, oh, hold on. Miss Carolyn, you're connected to the John, is that right? Sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
that's my fiance.
Okay. I'm just getting a little bit spirit brained and I feel like there's a lot of people coming through and I want to just like single it out, but I have to talk to John's mom because John's mom is not going to let me go. So I need to make sure I get over there, but I'm going to stay with Miss for a few moments because mom, and who's connecting with the Cardinals? Is everyone connecting with all the Cardinals? Because I feel like you guys all have the Cardinal connection. Is that correct? And the butterflies, Miss Desiree,
Yes.
butterflies?
Butterflies.
I have
Oh,
butterflies all the time too.
I just kept seeing them all go across my vision and I was like, wow, that's beautiful. But, well, hold on. And is it Evelyn? Is it E sounding name? Does that make any sense to you guys?
My mother.
Yes.
That's mother? Okay. All right. Well, so I'm definitely with her, but what is it with this about the food? I keep going to the food. I think what she wants you to know, honey, is that she didn't feel any pain, and what she's experiencing up here in heaven is that she's in a very beautiful place, and that's what I keep going to, because when she was transitioning over, I know it was very hard for you, Miss Denise, to see her in this state. I also feel, too, though, she was in hospital. Is this correct, your mom?
She was what?
She was in the hospital. Is that correct?
No, she died at home.
She died.
I took care of her.
You took care. Okay, well, let me hold on then, because what I keep seeing, was there a hospital bed, or was she like?
She was in a hospital bed, and she was a nurse. So I don't know.
Okay, that makes more sense, because what I keep seeing is her in a hospital bed, and I keep feeling like the message I want to give to you is that I felt so comforted and like I was at home. So I guess this is for her wanting to say, like, she didn't feel that like uncomfortability that you might have thought that she felt, and you did such a beautiful job of taking care of her. I also see too, did she have some organ failure though? Because I keep going to like her body was just shutting down. Like I feel like she just, I mean, she wasn't able to do anything that she, was used to doing. But I keep feeling like there's something about failure of the organs. Does that make any sense to you?
Not really.
Not really? I need to go into it then, because she's making me feel like my body's just shutting down and I don't feel physically present at all. So I don't know if that
That was my grandmother.
that was your mother. Is that correct?
My grandmother.
Grandmother. That's interesting. I got a lot of people here, and I always know when we're coming up on time because that's just how it feels. But what I keep going back to is the fact that I just feel like my organs are failing, but I'm at home, I'm in hospital bed, and I still feel very comforted and okay. So I'm not sure if that kind of, piggybacks on the two of you, but I just want you both to know that your mother energies felt very okay. I have to ask you too, is there Mary, Margaret, Martha, Marie in your family, Miss Kathy? Does that make sense? It's an M-A-R sounding name specific.
Mary Margaret.
Does that connect to anybody here? It's okay.
I do.
And how does that connect to you, honey?
My sister-in-law, Margarita.
Interesting. But no, she's here in physical world. She's not in spirit, correct?
No, not in spirit.
No, I'm looking for it's like a Mary Margaret, something like very, very strong. M-A-R.
In spirit world.
Yes, in spirit. Any name that connects with an M-A-R, but I have a feeling I know.
I have a friend named Maria.
Not
What-
Marchese.
I have
don't
a friend
wanna go
named Maria.
You have a what, Miss Kathy? I'm so sorry.
A friend named Maria.
Friend named
M-A-R.
Maria.
In
Yeah.
spirit.
And did she pass also from illness? Is that correct?
No, she's still in spirit.
You mean she's still in physical?
Got it.
Physically, sorry.
All right. Well, I guess
M-A-R.
yeah. I don't
I used to babysit for Mary.
I don't want to make it fit. It feels a little bit too far-fetched. So it feels to
I
me
babysat for her children.
a grandmother energy. That's what I keep getting is grandma.
Grandmother energy.
It's
Yes.
Gladys.
Yes, I know, and I don't want to do it, but I just have to, right?
Yeah.
I just have to honor it.
Because
Right,
they
Miss-
all know Gladys.
Okay. All right. Well, this is beautiful. Hi, everybody. Miss Gladys, yes, she definitely wants to come through. She's a feisty fucker. Love her.
Who's that? Who's Gladys?
My grandmother.
My dad's mom.
Yeah. So she's fun.
Your dad's Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, which you can tell why I'm getting like this.
I gotcha.
All I want to say is, it's so funny because she comes through just smoking up a storm. Like she does not. hair at all. And what's funny is she cut everybody else's people off, which I'm just like, hello, like that's not fair. But she has some things to say, so I have to, I guess, just let her come through.
Oh, I figured it out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. No, it's fine.
I figured it out.
It's fun for me. Here's the thing. I just
I'll
want to
come back to the MAR.
I want to give you love, Miss Pam, honey, because I do. Well, I feel like I feel
It is.
like everybody needs to know this too. What's going on? Is Michael like selling the house? Because there's something about a sell of her house, or did she live with Michael? Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, so my grandma did stay with my dad in Dean's house.
I was just. Oh my gosh, I was just about to say, who's Dean? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but that was it. Was
And
it?
Dean is selling the house.
Yeah. So I just keep feeling like I see this. Does he have a pool in the backyard? I know that sounds really weird, but
Yeah.
I keep seeing this pool, and I keep seing her like saying like, "What?" She's going with like this. Why are you selling the house? Like she's like kind of like mad about it in a
Yeah.
sense. But I do feel like there's going to be some closure for her in the sense that I don't know. I feel like Dean needed the money. I feel like
Yeah.
he's not doing well. Is that fair?
Yeah.
I also feel too that she's up here just wanting to give love to him and say like, yes, she's upset about it, but she understands too, because there's this part of her that wants to just take care of everybody in the sense that she couldn't, because I feel like she didn't have any money or things like that to give.
Yep.
Are you going to get some of this house though? Because there's something about you getting money. I know that sounds crazy.
Not from him.
Look at my face while I'm saying it. I'm like, are you sure, Grandma?
Not from him, no.
Okay, well, this is interesting, though, because I seriously feel like you're going to be inheriting something soon. I don't know where that stands. Desiree, I feel like you are, too. So,
I asked him for a pool, but he told me no.
okay. Well, that's really interesting, though, because I just keep feeling like there's something coming, like, your way, and I'm not sure what that means, but keep an eye out for it, because Miss Gladys is pretty adamant about it, and you know her, she's very like stuck in her ways. So when she says something, she means it, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
it
Does
fits.
that mean my dad's going?
Okay, let's go into it.
Maybe my dad's going to be going to Spirit and then we'll get something. Like 10 cents.
I'm dying
Sorry.
from heaven. We're just gonna chuck them down.
Yeah, because that's all we'll get.
No, but I don't think he's doing well. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
No offense.
He's always been crazy.
Well, yes, but I also feel too that he's not taking care of himself whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because she's up here just like wanting to like kind of shake him and just be like, you need to take better care of yourself. Oh my God, I can't say it. Whatever. Is he kind of an asshole? Like,
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Grandma just straight up, like, if he stops being such a fucking asshole, maybe he'd take care of himself. I was like,
There's
wow,
that.
miss the side of the family. I'm just kidding. I'm
So there's that.
But
There's that.
it's really interesting to me because I do feel his passing is going to be very unexpected. I don't think he's going to have like a long-term thing where you guys are going to know that he's going. I definitely feel more so like an up and down, like simpler issues like immobility, or like, I know that sounds weird to say, but I'm looking at it from like Spirit's perspective. I don't think that he's going to have like a huge illness, but I don't think that he's going to ever take care of himself. And I think that passing will be more unexpected for you guys. But I don't think that that's what she's talking about either. She's saying it's from a transaction or a sale. So if that's not the house, then I'm not really sure. Is there another family house that would have been for sale or something like that? Does that make any sense to you guys?
No, just
No.
the land. We have some land.
Yeah, we have land that my mom left.
Interesting. And are you planning on selling that?
I
Not
don't
so
think-
much.
Yeah, we just haven't really talked about it much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever it is, you guys are in good fortune, and that's what I can say. So I'm excited for you, whatever it is. I don't know how it's going to all unfold. It has
Yeah.
something to do around selling the house. What do you want? She's so funny. Oh my God. She's just like such a little pest in my ear. And I love her for it. She was just like this in the physical world, right?
Mhm.
So I just feel like that's how she's always going to be. But Miss Pam, I would not be surprised if she's been also around. It's Danae, right? I think I always mess up her name.
You're
but
right.
I think she's been around her as well. So there's just a lot of spirit energy around. When was the last time you saged, sweetheart? Because I definitely feel like some sage is 100% in order.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah,
been
you
a
need
while.
to. I'll send you some. And I'll send you some stuff too.
I have some sage.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Still and yet after this, text me your address and I'll send you a little something for your sweet daughter because I feel like she's just out there. And I want to bring her back down to the physical world. What was that, Deb? Deb is so funny. My goodness gracious. She just makes me laugh. I don't know what to do with her anymore. She's definitely quite the character. I will say that. But I want to open up the floor, you guys, because I feel like
I
I'm
have
just
a question.
spirit vomiting. Yes. Perfect. You're psychic.
That MAR
Uh-huh.
that you were saying, Marie, could it be a combination name that the MAR is in it?
100%.
Okay, how about Maris, Damaris?
Okay, and how does that connect to you? It'd have to be mother, like mother.
My husband's cousin, she was like one of my best friends. She just passed away not too long ago.
Okay. All right, let me go into it and just make sure. Okay. Okay. But this is unexpected as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean,
Did she have
sick for
cancer?
a while, but yes.
Okay, because she kept going to my breast, and that's normally my sign and symbol for cancer. But I feel like she had cancer everywhere. It's almost as if like it spread and like hit all of her organs at one time.
Everywhere.
And I do feel like this is a very fast condition of passing, or at least that's how I'm feeling, because I feel like we just caught it, and then all of a sudden she was going. If that makes sense, there was nothing we could do to fix it. Oof, my goodness gracious. She does make me feel that there's a lot of breath and breathing issues too with her, though. That's really interesting to me. Was the medication stopping her from like being able to like talk or speak? Was she on a tube or something of that nature? Is that correct? No, she just wasn't able to talk. Because I feel like I'm silent in her energy, in the sense that I knew everybody was coming to see me as I was transitioning, but I couldn't say it back. I couldn't like acknowledge you and tell you that I loved you kind of feeling. And that's, I think, why she really wanted to pop through and just say like, hey, no, I knew that you were there and I'm here for you. And there's so much love, girlfriend. I just feel like, well, I know you said you guys were best friends, but there's just this reference of she's always been around you too. I feel like your husband just needs a freaking reading. Poor guy. He's just lost a lot of people. I feel like
it's been crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like this reading and this recording that Miss Pam will send out is so prominent for that too. I feel like he's going to be able to get so much closer from a lot of this as well. I want to rewind though, because did she have daughter in the physical world? Is that correct?
No, she had a younger sister that she kind of like was like a mother figure to her.
Okay, because I want to give love to a young female. That's what she kept saying, young female. And just please let her know she's sending all of these signs. She's kind of funny, though. She's been sending, like, butterflies. And, well, we already said butterflies, but butterflies and pennies. And I feel like it's a little bit of everything, because she's just like, I have to let her know that I am here. And I feel like that feels so prominent for her. Is there also a C or a K sounding name very prominently connected to her, like a Katie, Catherine, Carolyn, something of that nature?
Kathy.
Well, not this Kathy, is that correct?
No,
different Kathy. Yeah, okay. I definitely felt like a Kathy that I wanted to give love to as well. Okay. And I keep feeling, well, that's interesting. Her mom is still here in physical world. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
But her grandmother on mom's side is in spirit. Do you know? Okay, because there's a reference of she wants to give mom love and say, Mom, I'm here, but I've got grandma with me. Like there's something about it where she's with everybody and she's got everybody kind of all snuggled, which is so beautiful. But at the same time, I know her mom is struggling so much with her departure. And I feel like she just wants to say like, no, I'm okay. I'm here. I'm with God. Like she's very, very present. So if you could maybe pass that to the family, that would be beautiful. I want to kind of bounce back just for 1 second because hold on. So you have the Bobby, but also there's the Bobby in spirit. I know we already talked to Bobby in spirit, but is it Cornelius? Cornelius?
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Whose brother?
My brother.
Kathy and Carolyn.
Kathy and Carolyn.
Okay, he says hi.
He's not in spirit, though.
He's not in spirit.
Oh,
he's not in
here.
spirit.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting because I kept feeling like there's this like, well, maybe I need to talk about him. Is he doing okay? Are we worried about him? Because I feel like there's ups and downs. If he's not in spirit, he's definitely kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out for a little bit. Is that correct?
Worried about him.
Got it. Okay. All right. oh, this is just going to sound so freaking weird, but I feel him. Like, I feel like he's here with me. So I'm not really, I'm not saying he's in spirit, but I am saying I feel his energy. I definitely think that you guys, you're doing everything you can to take care of him. And I'm not saying that there's anything else that we can do to help him in this way, but does he like push down all of his emotions because he doesn't talk to you guys at all? Is that correct?
No, not about his
Correct.
emotions, no.
Yeah, no, I feel like he's very like kind of shut off and not present. And I feel like that's what worries you guys more so than most, because I feel like there's this reference of you want to make sure he's okay, but he's not telling you when he's not okay. And like I feel like you kind of don't know what to do with him, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, I really think that, what was that, Deb? She's so funny. She's like, I've got him. Like she did this little like hand. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but she's like, don't even worry about it. She's so precious in the way that she talks. But I will say with him, because he's not saying to you guys physically, I think she wants to kind of let you know, like, just check in on him, call him a little bit more than you, I mean, I'm sure you guys call each other quite a bit, but there's definitely something about this where we just want to make sure that he knows that he has support. That's what I keep feeling. And I think he really does from you guys. So when you call him, just make sure he knows you love him. That's all. That's all Miss Deb's saying. Miss Deb is just like that kind of person that she wants to call everybody and make sure that they're all okay. I feel like she was always like that. Was she always calling the two of you? Well, the three of you? Well, all of you? Because I guess she knows all of you.
Yes.
Because I feel like she's just always on the phone with you guys, making sure that you are okay and just checking in. I think she's wanting to say the same thing about Mr. Cornelius. Wow. That's such a random name. That's so funny. But just know that he's being looked after from spirit, okay?
Yeah.
All right, questions. Let's open up the floor to you guys. I feel like spirit vomit. How are we doing?
Good.
Good, Miss Pam. Any questions, honey?
You were gonna say something before when you said my mom was with you and she was talking about the 2 Ds, and then we went into Danae, but we didn't go back to the other D. My
That's
son.
your son. Yes. Okay, let's go into your son. He definitely makes me feel like he's been, is it DY? Is that right? Okay. How do you say it, honey? I'm sorry.
Diami.
Diami. Okay. Okay. Well, has he been playing like video games lately, or like more video games than normal? Is that right?
More than usual, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm in quarantine. I get it. But at the same time, I definitely feel like there's something about him where we need to kind of take him out. Right? That's how I keep feeling. He needs to like do something more active and like really kind of, I don't know, ground more is what I keep feeling. So same with your daughter, but he's doing well. I'm not worried about him at all. I just keep feeling like with his energy, I'm more, how do I say this? I'm more just wanting him to be a little bit more active than I am worried about anything emotional or physical. I don't feel like there's any problems in that regard. So is that true? Is that how you've been feeling as well?
He's been starting to go play when it's nice out, but
That's good. He needs to get outside. He needs to stop playing all these dang video games. I just keep feeling like, I don't know how teenage boys talk to each other, but I feel like on the video game, I don't know. Your mom's up here like, what are you saying? So I feel like she's just been kind of a little bit more active, like you've been. But other than that, I feel like he's doing really, really well, and I'm proud of him for that. I feel like he's made a lot of emotional strides lately in the sense that he's not taking everything so personally. I feel like he's been less reactive, which feels good, or at least this is what mom's saying. I'm not sure if all this is true, but I definitely feel like he feels more centered, if that makes sense. So he's doing really, really well. I also feel, though, has he been more like connected to spirit as well, like as your daughter? I feel like he is kind of teetering in like the line of like, I kind of feel like they exist, but I kind of also don't know. Does that make sense?
he's been more curious.
Yes, that's how I feel. That's a really good thing, because I feel like Ms. Deb, of course, her being up here, I feel like she's just wanting to like be with him and love him, and that's just who she is. But I definitely feel like he might be a little bit more open than normal because of her energy up here. But other than that, she seems to be doing really well. He seems to be doing very lovely. And she's obviously quite loud and around him. Good. Other questions, you guys? Who has it?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, Miss Carolyn, go for it, honey.
My John, you said his mother wanted to say something.
Yes, thank you, because she was not going to let me leave, clearly. First of all, wait, hold on. Where's the... Okay, well, that's interesting. Does anybody have like a... It's not Mercutio. M-E-R-C.
That's my last name, Mercado.
That's husband's side, though? Okay. Well, damn. All right, we got to go back to his side then.
Sorry.
They have just taken up the whole reading. I love it.
They
You
do that in real life.
That's okay. But okay, Miss Carolyn, I do want to say with Mr. John's mom, because here's the thing. There's a couple of things. You guys were close here in the physical world, correct?
Kind of, yeah. I didn't really know her that well.
That's okay. Here's what she wants me to tell you, because there's a couple of things around this. First of all, I know she had illness because that's how she's making me feel. There's a reference of like a body breakdown with her, and I know that she was older. Just keep feeling for her that she wants to come through and just simply say thank you to you for always being living, and so just you have always been so caring for her, and that's a big thing for her. Because did she have a harder life like when she was younger? Do you know anything about it? Because I just keep feeling like she never really felt like a lot of love or a lot of compassion.
No, I don't know.
Okay, well, here's
That sounds like my mother-in-law.
that sounds like what, Kat?
My mother-in-law.
And you had a lot. Well, were you always there for her, taking care of her towards the end? Is that correct?
Sort of. Mostly her daughter, but when you said she had a hard life, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure this is piggybacking because we are coming up on time, but at the same time, what I want to let you both know from your mother-in-laws, you are both so appreciated. And Miss Carolyn, I keep going back to you because there's something about this with John. Does John not necessarily believe in spirit, or like has never really had an experience with his, people on the other side? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. He needs like a whole, like, I don't want to say wake up call, but he just needs to know his mom is with him. And I feel like there's so much love going to John. I also feel too, mom was, she definitely feels a little bit more subtle in the way that she communicates. She doesn't make me feel like she's like in your face about everything, which is interesting because I feel like with Mr. John, he needs to know that and he needs the in your face kind of thing. But I think with her, she's going to communicate very subtly, just like, I'm here, I love you. The memories are going to start to replay. And I think your husband always thinks about his mom and thinks about what's with the pictures. You have pictures of her like out on the mantle. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I keep seeing these pictures. They're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid. It's like a little frame with like gold outline, but it's like a small picture, a small frame. Does that make any sense?
That's my grandmother.
That's your grandmother. I haven't seen one of these in such a long time. It's crazy. She just keeps showing me. She's like, I'm still out. Like, I'm still so loved. And she's smiling. So I just need you to know those pictures mean the world to her. I'm sorry we're piggybacking so much. Again, time. But what I just wanted to let you know is that John is loved. Oh, gosh. Who is in the Navy? Is that John or was that Mom?
His brother was in the Navy.
His brother. But his brother's in spirit, yes? Not in physical.
He's in physical.
Oh, he is in physical. No, there's someone in the Navy. Hold on. I keep hearing a Navy wife, though. That doesn't mean
my mom.
That's. I'm going to lose my mind with all these piggybackings, guys. Okay. Wait, your mom was. Okay. So your dad was then in. Okay. And was your mom also OB? Is that correct? Did
She worked at the OB office.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There it is. All right. Well, I love how mom's bringing this up, but why is she bringing it up now? That was really interesting. I don't feel like anybody here is going to have a kid anytime soon, hopefully. Yeah, we're good.
I was just at her office to try to get surgery there. So I don't know.
There it is. Because I was like, there's no pregnancies. So why are you bringing up the OB in the office? What is this about? All right, beautiful. Well, that's your mom's way of letting you know that she's here. But I'm going a little bit too far out, so I want to bring everybody back down. Any other questions, you guys, and anybody we didn't talk to? Miss Liz, I can see that you've got something in your brain. What is that?
I wouldn't even know where to begin. I mean,
are you okay?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. I mean, there's so many people in the spirit world. Like, I wouldn't even. I'm very taken back. Like, with some of the names that you mentioned, it's just very like, whoa, like, I don't even know where that came from.
That's okay. That's spirit for you.
I guess that's their way of letting me know, like, to confirm something, maybe.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, like they throw something that far-fetched for me to be like, wow.
Yep. 100%. And that's how spirit works, you guys. Even if we didn't get like full-blown like letters from heaven, in these Zoom calls, it's beautiful because we obviously have so many people here, but all of your loved ones are here. So that's very overwhelming for just my one brain, because everybody's got all their grandparents and their, you know, people. Like there's a lot of people here that want to give you so much love. And so if you got any token from any of your spirit people, that's truly them just trying to say hello and I'm here. Because the way spirit works, and especially how you guys are all family, it's so beautiful. They're all teamed up to make sure that you know that they're here and they're present. And I feel like that's, you know, obviously it's hard to like talk to everybody at one time, but in the same sense, it's so beautiful when they just give you a little token, just like you just said, Liz.
I have a question. I have two questions, actually. One would be, why so much focus on my younger son, but no mention, like, I'm surprised a little bit that the other one, like, nothing was thrown out there about him, because, you know, that was the only one that my father never met them, at any of them, but my one grandmother that kept coming and saying something, I mean, like, that was like her pride and joy before she passed.
Interesting, but at the same time, spirit always mentions who we need to look at. So if Ashton is very like sensitive to spirit, or maybe he needs a little bit more validation than the others, because you have 3 kids. Yeah, because I just kept feeling like he was the one focus that we needed to look at, because he needs just that hug. And like the same thing with Pam's children. Like I feel like who needs to be recognized and just validated in the same sense is brought up, or at least that's what I've seen in my readings. I could be totally wrong, but what I always know from spirit is whoever they mention is theirs. I call them red flags, but that's just because when I work with Tony, like when we go into like, you know, interventions and things like that, like we always look at red flags. And so that's how I have it in my brain. Anybody that has a red flag is what spirit is going to bring through and focus on, if that makes sense. And I think with your son, he just needs a big hug from heaven. And I think he's very sensitive and creative right now. Like I think he's kind of, I don't know, he's learning, obviously he's learning about himself, but I think because obviously you just said that, you know, they didn't get a chance to meet him or things like that, there's something about that where they want to acknowledge him and just say, we see him and we love him. Does that make sense? So I don't think it's necessarily your other kids are like not loved or anything like that. I think they very much are, but I just think the little one needed a little bit more hellos. Does that make sense? Oh, did I lose you, honey? Are you there?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Any other questions, you guys?
Yeah. Do you have any? Do you pick up on any energies that are like an animal? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I can't.
Anybody was thinking that.
Talk to any animals yet? This is crazy because normally animals are always around. But well, you have a dog around you, like a very prominent dog. Is that correct?
That's what I'm. You're actually, I don't know if are you breaking up for me only, or you're breaking?
It's just you, Liz.
Everybody hear her? Because I couldn't hear anything.
It's just you, Liz.
It's just you, honey.
Am I frozen?
You're frozen, Liz.
Somebody's frozen.
Okay, good.
Oh, here I am. Okay, I'm sorry. I asked the question about the dogs and then I lost everybody.
That's okay. Do you have a very prominent dog around you? Does that make sense to you? Oh, no, she's gone again.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I think all of us have
true. Very
animals
true.
That have,
Hold on, let me go into it because I keep feeling like this is so traditional, though. I don't know if this is right. Does anyone have a dog named Lucky? I keep hearing like Lucky. Does that make any sense to any of you?
No.
No?
Have a Lucky.
I keep hearing Lucky. You're going to think I'm insane. Oh my gosh. I have to go into this because this cute little dog, oh my gosh. It's like a lab, cute little white face, older, 13-ish. And Lucky. I keep hearing Lucky. It's like an L name. Does anybody have a lab? Does that make any sense to any of you guys?
I used to have a yellow lab named Hogan, but not going to be close.
Towards the end, does that make sense?
No.
Huh, that's interesting. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I know this dog is here and it's Lucky. So I'm just going to roll with it. because I have a feeling.
Oh wait, I had a dog named Lucky. Oh my God, that was a long time ago.
That's when you were kids.
No, that was when before I met my husband, my old boyfriend, we had a dog and we named him Lucky.
There you go.
But that was like, where'd that come from?
No idea, but you asked for your animals. There they are.
I wasn't even that attached to that one.
That he loves you. I can't pick spirit, you guys.
That's so crazy.
But yes, you've got a ton of dogs. I'm so glad I stuck with that because I was like, Lucky. Like it's got to be Lucky. But he says hi and he loves you.
Was it Lucky? I think it was Lucky. Maybe I wasn't. I don't forget it. Sorry. I don't even think it was Lucky.
It's so funny right now. It's
Definitely not. Definitely not. Somebody's got to have a Lucky, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Check it out.
Denise, you didn't have Lucky's, Mom?
No,
No?
I didn't have a Lucky.
It's okay.
No,
Don't make
I
it.
never had a Lucky.
Jenny, you mentioned something like my husband's side of the family had a lot. Scott, he had a lot of family up there.
Yeah. Let's go into that real quick because his mom's mom is in spirit. Is that correct? But
yeah,
mom.
my mom.
I was just gonna say, is it mom? Because she's so cute. She's like, hi, I'm mom. I'm like, well, what's your actual name? She's like, no, just call me mom. Like, she's so sweet in that way that she just like, I don't know, would everybody just call her by that? Because like literally, I just feel like no matter who you were always family to her. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like from Scott's side of the family, I feel like she's the most prominent over there. I know there's a lot of people, but she definitely makes me feel like her energy coming through for you is just to truly validate that she's still here and she's still around. She's teamed up with your mom. You should see them together. Like they are birds of a freaking feather. I also feel they had very similar energies though, in the sense that they would like take care of everybody else. Like I just feel like that's who they are. And I also feel too with Mr. Scott. Well, I'm going to go back to this because we started this conversation this way and I'm going to tie it up in a nice little bow. I know that he's got, how do I say this? He needs to be a little bit more attentive with you in terms of the emotional thing. We already talked about that. But at the same time, I feel like his mom's like right behind him, just backing him up and holding him. And I think it's kind of a vice versa situation where he doesn't really tell you all the things he's feeling about missing her and that kind of stuff. I feel like there's a lot of things that he feels and doesn't say. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, maybe his grandma. His mom is still in the physical world.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to grandma. I know his mom.
Yeah, okay.
But what I just keep feeling is like I feel like he feels so much, but he doesn't relay it to you. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing. Like both of you need each other and both of you are such, you just keep a smile on your face, but you've got a ton of things going on behind you. And I feel like both need each other right now. So there's something about that where I just want to validate that for you. Okay. But with him, his mom, that's why I keep saying mom is like right behind him, just hugging him, both hands on his back and really just staying present. Okay. Where's the, is it January or July or both? Does he have a January connection and a July connection with her? Does that make any sense?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Remember I said it. If it's not January and July, then it's 0701. So it'd be July 1st. So I'm not sure where that is, but remember I said it. Okay. You can ask him about it later. I feel like he's like right next to you though. So
he doesn't. Yeah. He's over there laughing because he doesn't believe in anything. So.
Oh, that's okay. I love my skeptics. It's all good. All right, my friends. I love you guys so much. It has been such a beautiful time. Thank you guys for allowing me to channel for you. I hope that you got everything that you needed for today. But if you didn't, know that I physically cannot remember my readings. But if you need to email me and ask me anything, Spirit is always around me. So please, please, please feel free to do so. Okay? Miss Pam will send you the reading. I can't believe you're in charge of it and I'm not. That's crazy. But please let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you guys.
Thank you.
I love you all so much. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks,
you.
Jenny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was a lot.
I think my thing was recording it too. I don't know why. I have no idea.
Sometimes if I record, you have the ability to record also.
So weird.
When it says share content, what does that mean?
That means like you can share pictures or you can share like a Word document.
Oh, okay. So how did you record this call?
So I own the Zoom link, and then I
Mhm.
just hit record at the bottom of the screen. So it's still recording. Let me stop the recording now.